Hello everyone. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Just cleaning the kitchen. Let me know if the audio is alright, if you can hear me. Cool. Alright, yeah, I can see you guys reacting to chat now. There's like a 15 or 20-second delay. Welcome back, biodegradable, Conrad, Sunnyflower, Witter of Karma. Thanks for tuning in again. Trying to stream more regularly. So I think today, I've got a couple of hours to stream. Sorry, I'm transitioning from like work mode into streaming mode. Welcome Circle, Catboy, welcome back. Space Mario Ball. What a name. Welcome. So I'm trying to push all of the things that I was working on for my actual job out of my brain so that I can focus on drawing, streaming. Ethiopia Ball next. Hello, July-mations. Hello, Novel, Netherlands Ball. You'll be drawing along with me. You're halfway through a new comic. Nice. I liked the comic that you posted. What was it? Hold on, I want to pull. I'm not gonna put it on streams. This is your content, but what was it that you posted recently? Biodegradable. It's like a Red Sea comic, I think. Yeah. It was a good comic. What was the thing at the bottom of the drawing? This is new official Polandball canon. This is how Poland has to be drawn in every comic from now on. Trust us more than the news. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen already, I'm sure you have. If you're watching the live stream, you've probably seen our videos, but we put out a new Polandball News Network video this morning. Aaron's been doing all the heavy lifting on that, so give him a shout out. Kudos to Aaron. Good. Very silly comics are good. Yeah, this is breaking the rule right here. Use actually that's not a straight line, but yeah, this is New Poland. All right, so this comic, I want to do more comics that have input from chat. So this one started as input from some people who wanted to see Cameroon and Madagascar and Chad. People were spamming Chad in the chat, and I felt like it was a good excuse to draw sunglasses so they actually look, looks like a Chad. So we've got Madagascar from left to right. In the back, Madagascar, Algeria, and Cameroon. And then in the foreground are Morocco and Chad. And then on the right side, we have Togo as a comedian making jokes, and the Central African Republic, or CAR. Chad Cannon's cool. Let me fire up some of this music. Wow, there's not a lot of music here. Wait a second, hold on. At least now we can tell Chad from Romania. True. Romania's not cool enough to have sunglasses. You can quote me on that. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Can I make Algeria talk? They're going to be laughing in the next panel. Alright. I'm not going to do a panel divider yet, but I'm going to draw these same countries in the next panel. They're going to be laughing. I'm very sorry. I have to take a call. I will be right back. All right, I'm really sorry about that, but I had a call that I had to take. But I should be good for the rest of the evening. So I apologize about that. Let's see what you guys are writing in chat. Yeah, just turn on the stream and leave. You're drawing Italy with oil pastels. That sounds cool. Waiter of Karma and Circle are animators. Very cool. I'll have to check your stuff out. Drinking coffee right now. I just made a coffee. I put it in the freezer to chill it. Have to get that at some point. All right. Let's get this music. Let's bang out this second panel. So same idea as the first one. I think I'm gonna draw Car and Togo first. I'm gonna copy and paste them just as a reference. Give me a sense of scale. It's gonna be facing the opposite way. That's too big. Remember, you want smooth balls. Is that too big? It's about the right size. Since Togo's on top of Car, it doesn't have to be perfect size, since part of it is getting obscured by another character. This, I can move up a little bit. This song's actually pretty good. You know what? I said yesterday, it makes sense to do eyes first. Outline, then eyes, and then the flag. So you know where to put the elements of the flag. Like that. See you later, Conrad. Committed war crimes in 195 countries. What did you do? Alright. Do the red line, sort of going down the middle. Like that. And then it's got 4 stripes. Do another layer behind the red. And what, white and blue. It's very strange drawing a flag with 4 stripes. It's hard to gauge like how wide each stripe should be. Man, I can't tell. It's very unnatural, 4 stripes. It's an affront to God. Flags were meant to have 3 or 13 stripes. It's not a war crime if you have fun. I don't think that's going to hold up in the ICJ, but it's worth a shot. Alright, let's merge these layers. Whoa. I didn't merge all of them. Okay. Green. Blue. Oh, no. What's the bottom color? Yellow. And then we got red. These. I can just draw over it quicker than using the paint or the bucket. Magic eraser tool. Clean up the eyes. Okay, now I make the eyes white. And he's got a little yellow star. Top left. 2-point. Pretty good. My honor, you weren't there. Why do you see messages that instantly disappear? I think people delete their messages sometimes. I don't know why. It's not a war crime if you win. I mean, I guess technically true, right? History's written by the victors. Update Photoshop to 2021 with stroke smoothing. You'll have much easier time with long smooth lines. I should do that. I'll probably do that this weekend. To rename West Taiwan to China. There's only one China, and it's the Republic of China. Okay. Oh, I don't like those eyes. That's kind of weird. They're too different in size. Like the left one's a little bit too big and the right one's a little bit too small. Redraw those eyes. I feel like this music's kind of loud. But I have it at the lowest volume. Is it too loud for you guys? Yeah, this solo is pretty good. There's three Chinas, you'll never know about the third one. Secret China. That's a good eye. Okay, that's better. And then I'm gonna move this one. Down here, maybe? A bit too close. What would it look like zoomed out? That looks okay. Alright. Merge those layers. fill in. East Turkestan. Volume is fine. Okay, good. This music gives a good vibe. I do like it. I just think it's felt kind of loud for me. But the third China is DLC. Who's the real China? I mean, you know, the People's Republic of China has wider international recognition. God, Stick Poland was there and it jump scared you. Yeah, I'll check out your channel. I was looking at a couple people's channels last night. Sunny Flower is China. Real China is Mongolia. Restore the Mongol Empire. Okay. Let's draw Togo next. So this is Car. Oh, I already made a layer for Togo. Okay. 5 pixel. It's too small, I think. Remember, the size of your balls, it does matter to a degree. They function the same, regardless of size. But sometimes they just look better when they're the size you want them to be. That's too small. That's too big. Real China's Kyrgyzstan. Taiwan is already really strong, it's just a lot of people don't recognize it. Taiwan does have a very powerful armed forces, it has a sizable economy. That's absolutely true. The problem is, the People's Republic of China is significantly more powerful in both regards. So, you know, like a hypothetical Taiwan-Philippines war doesn't really matter because it's not likely, right? Whereas a PRC-ROC war is more likely. So that's where the balance of power actually matters. I cannot get this right. Oh, this looks good. Okay, just a little bit. Oh, no. This is a good ball, sort of. I can clean up this side a little bit. This is a pretty good ball. Stick with this. Actually, I'm gonna have it jut out a little bit more so it's more ballular. You love my Poland balls. Thank you. Car's flag is underrated in your opinion? We were talking about this last night. I disagree. I think I'll give it points for being different. You know, having a horizontal, 4 horizontal stripes and a vertical stripe. That's a bold statement. But I think it's too busy because you have so many different stripes. The stripes are going in different directions, and you have a star on it, and you have 5 different colors. It's too much. Plus 15 social credits and minus 10 social credits for saying Taiwan. Favorite classical pieces, even though you're not really a nerd of it yourself? Do you mean, like, what are my favorite pieces of artwork? Alright, see you later, Circle. Hope to see you next stream. Car flag has a hidden Republic of Texas in it. Almost. Car flag does look nice. It just looks a little bit better with 3 or 4 colors. Yeah. I would almost swap the red and the white. I think it would look better that way. I'm gonna try that real quick. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. That looks even better. That looks better, right? I'm not crazy. This is better. If you have a red horizontal stripe and a white vertical stripe. Stroke smoothing needed ASAP, but for this style, why not use Illustrator or Corel Draw with vector strokes? You could do it much faster with unlimited resolution. I don't know what those are. Illustrator is an Adobe program, right? I don't know, I've just always used Photoshop. But I'm open to trying different programs. No, I don't make art other than Polandball comics, really, so I don't really need a lot of elaborate tools. Oh no, I wanted to do the eyes first. Okay. Took those eyes. Swap the green and the yellow. Green next to red never looks good. Yeah, because they are opposite sides of the... they're opposite primary colors visually, I think, right? The white stripe feels out of place, but it's kind of better. Yeah. Car is perfect the way he is. Wrong. We have to electrify him. Make an Ecuador cameo. Ecuador won't fit in this, wouldn't make sense. We're doing an African comic. The red. So now I know that the red has to come here, sort of bisect the ball on that side. Car's flag is good in its own way. Oh, it's morning for you, Vori. Yeah, we have a very international community, so it's hard to have a stream time that works for everyone that also works for the streamers, you know? But they get posted automatically as VODs on our channel, so if you're still interested, need some white noise at work or at school or something while you're studying, turn one of them on. Check out our other videos on the channel. I like Togo's flag. I'll say it. I don't know that I would be the first to design a flag with these colors, but I do like it. It's grown on me. Oh, I merged the eyes already. Crap. Going to place around here. Just so I can draw the eye, rather the star a little bit better. Playing around with the layering. It's a mighty fine star. Oh, the eyes are too thick. I must have used 2 point. Yeah, I used 2 pixel on the eyes on the left. I'm gonna have to fix that for consistency's sake. Actually, you know what I could do? I could just shave it. We're gonna go inside of the ball and start shaving. No, this is gonna look bad. I can already tell. It's alright. You just beat a G&B campaign. What is G&B? What comic am I making? I am making a comic. At chat suggestion of using some African countries, and then we had to come up with some kind of plot. So we've got a couple of African countries watching Togo, the comedian, on the right, making a joke about how Sudan drives car like this, but South Sudan drives car like this. It's an old Simpsons joke, but it's an opportunity to draw Central African Republic as a car. Flag beauty standards. Impossible flag beauty standards. Oh. Hello, General Coconut. You guys have too big of an outline. Yeah. Thanks, Coconut. Plastic surgery. Pixel surgery. Stickman jump scare. Oh, yeah. Every time I go to fit on screen, you can see the Stickman. Where am I going to be posting the comic? I'll post it on the Polandball subreddit because it's going to be an actual comic. So r/Polandball. Yeah, I'm going to redraw the eyes. What's your opinion on country balls with arms, mouth, hair, and every feature a normal person would have? No, I don't like country humans. Right. I'm going to redo this. We've got mods in the chat to stop people from spamming chat unnecessarily. But you guys are being good today. Appreciate that. You may not know this, but we also assign a social credit score to all of our chatters. Alright, let's redraw the eyes. Using 2 pixels. Give one serious eye and then one open eye. What does that look like? Stickman scare. I don't like that. Maybe do the big eye on the left instead. That's a good eye. This looks better already, I think. I feel like the left eye might be a little bit too big. I don't know. I think that looks good. I think this is a fine Togo. Social credit score, what's yours? Everyone starts at 420. And it can go up and down in increments of 69. You draw confused eyes with a glance eye and a normal eye. During geography, you and your friend were drawing country balls on your hands. Nice. You're not paid by Adobe, but having experience with both Photoshop and Illustrator, you can say I love vector advantages like object editability, variable stroke width, and procedural effects. I will definitely check it out. I've just always used Photoshop because it's what I know, and I've never really had a need for anything more extravagant, but I'm more than happy to learn a new program, try something out. Like, I'm sure there's tools that would help me make things look the way they need to look, but I've generally been happy with whatever I've been able to do in Photoshop thus far. But thank you for the suggestion. I'll go check out Illustrator. Hello, Mai. How do you recommend you join the country ball community? You're here, you're already part of it. If you like reading the comics, if you like drawing the comics, if you just like history or geography, geopolitics, international relations, whatever, this is the place for you. I feel like maybe I should just do straight lines on Togo, like I did on the other one. Ah, it's okay. Alright, let's draw the wheels on car. We went from a kindergarten classroom to a middle school classroom. We're advancing. Linear time, my man. Welcome back, Socialist Mango Tree. Polandball has such a large range of appeal, it's insane. Yep. Anyone who's at all interested in, you know, world news or history, that's got to be like almost everyone, you know? All right, how am I going to do the wheels? That's... Ah! Where'd it go? No! I lost it! I'll redraw it. That was a pretty good outline. When you guys draw your balls, do you go... I draw counterclockwise. Do you guys go clockwise or counterclockwise? Curious to know. That wheel is too big. Maintenance nightmare. Counterclockwise? Yeah. Counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. Yeah, it seems like everyone's... Square does it clockwise. That 3-to-1 ratio we got going here. When you try to draw a ball, you draw a triangle instead. Yeah, I was slow to pick up on shapes too. I didn't know what a square was until I was 14. History is just world lore. True. Big true. Start from the bottom and go clockwise. I start from top left and I go counterclockwise. So this goes up a little bit, and then like this. I think it goes too far out. Let's see. That's a pretty crappy wheel. You draw circles counterclockwise because that's how you learn to draw, or how to write an O when you're in school. True. We have, as our moderator, a psychologist, apparently. Aggressively scribble on the paper. Let's go slightly smaller pixel. 2 on the inside. Is that 2? Yeah, that's 2 pixel. I can always clean up the wheel. I had to do the wheel twice last night because I didn't like how it turned out. Or something like that. And then on the other side, this will be wheel 2. Rename this layer wheel 1. Actually, it should be wheel left, so we'll do wheel L and wheel R for right. This should be behind car. So, admittedly, I never hear about the Central African Republic in the news, but in English, do people actually refer to it as car? Or do they say CAR, or do they say it all the way, spell it out? Do they say Central African Republic? Like if the BBC were reporting on it or something, what would they call it? I would just call it car, but this is a shitty wheel. Hold on. In art schools, they teach to paint primitives from any angle, direction, clockwise or counter, doesn't matter. Do I remember the Moscow comic I did? I don't. You'll have to jog my memory. You know your friend Commander's Cameroon used to start from the bottom and go either way. General Coconut has to go, but he'll be back. It's used as an acronym. I pronounce the full name and car. Okay. You hear more full names though. You mostly pronounce it as Central African Republic. Okay. Yeah, it just it's never in the news here in the US. Generally, if we hear about a sub-Saharan African country in Western news, it's because of like some natural disaster or like a civil war or massacre or something, you know? We don't really get to hear about their cultures and things like that. It'd be nice if we did, but I guess there's really no money in it. For Western audiences, they're just not interested, so the media doesn't report on them. This is okay. Let's make these... Give it an outline. Right wheel. Black. Looks good enough. It has to look cartoony. If things look hyper realistic, this is maybe a controversial opinion, but I don't like comics that look hyper I feel like, especially for Polandball, like obviously there's beautiful art pieces people have made. You know, if anyone's interested, go check out the Polandball art subreddit. But for me, part of the charm of Polandball is that they're roughly drawn. And it also makes it a lower barrier to entry. Like, if I saw that Polandball had super high standards before I got into it, I probably would not have gotten into it because I had very little art experience prior to drawing comics, Polandball. You know, I'd taken art classes in school, but I never sort of recreationally made art. So it would have been intimidating to me. But it's also supposed to be simple, you know? I don't remember the Moscow comic. You're gonna have to remind me. Give me a little bit more detail, such as Mango Tree. You've heard Saint-Afrique before? Or, yeah, Saint-Afrique, I think. That's how you pronounce it in French, Georges. Saint-Afrique. Names sound cooler in 2 languages, German and French. I don't know German. I know a good amount of French. I think French is a beautiful language. That's not a hot take at all, though. Waiting for Karma, you're doing a collab on the Korean War. That's cool. Korean War does not feature enough in media, in Western media. It's referred to as the Forgotten War in the United States, for those of you who may not know. Because it happened almost immediately after World War II, and it sort of, you know, it ended in a stalemate that exists to this day. So it wasn't, it just didn't have the same cultural impact as something like World War II, obviously, or the Vietnam War. Comics are never hyperreal, they're all stylized heavily. Yeah, I mean, that's true to an extent. But I mean, there are comics out there that focus on sort of very realistic art. But yeah, I mean, most cartoons are going to be stylized to a heavy degree. Okay, I think this looks good. I'm going to add the... merge those layers. I'm going to do the microphone now. You might get into the Polandball art subreddit. Yeah, there's really good stuff there. There's some fantastic artists in the community. You know, when it first started out... What happened to the music? It doesn't autoplay once it reaches like the end of the page. Let me see. Mood. Calm? Let's see. Limousines. Check this out. Yeah, this YouTube channel has a video that Dick Renner made about the Polandball art subreddit. It's very good. I actually just rewatched it yesterday. Something interesting did happen in Car. The leader decided to crown himself emperor in the 70s and spend 1/3 of the natural budget at it. Go off, King. He was the main character. Let me see how I drew this microphone. That's pretty crazy, though. Spending that much money from your country's coffers on just like an unnecessary extravagance for yourself. Same thing with the British monarchy. Changed my mind. Monarchies are an anachronism, and they are an affront to modern society, I think. This doesn't have to be perfect, but I kind of want it to be. Yeah, Napoleon crowned himself emperor. Monarchies smell funny. Well, you guys have a governor general in Australia, right? It's not. I mean, I guess you're part of the Commonwealth, so the king is your king, your head of state. But the governor general is sort of like a ceremonial, kind of like an ambassador or whatever of the monarchy, right, to the various realms. Looks fine. Let's do... I like the line going between Car's eyes. Get rid of layer 2 there. I like this song. It's very chill. Now I want to try Illustrator. This is panel 2. Now we need to make 5 balls. Yeah, the Governor General still exists. No idea who currently is, though. Australia is basically Republican all but name at this point. Yeah. God, I can barely name... yeah, I mean, you guys have had a lot of prime ministers in the past decade or something since... what was it? Was it Kevin Howard? Not Kevin Howard. It was something Howard, right? John Howard. It was John Howard, and then... Who else? Yeah, 2007. Then you had Kevin Rudd. Okay, so I was confusing the two of them. I was conflating their names. Anthony Albanese. Scott Morrison. ScoMo. Malcolm Turnbull. Tony Abbott. Who's the current prime minister? Oh, it's it's Anthony Albanese. Yeah, there were a lot of PMs that got backstabbed by their own parties rather than being outed via election. Yeah. ScoMo was the worst. Yeah, I always... he always popped up in my various news feeds, ScoMo. He was like a huge... He was like bought and sold by the coal industry, right? Or bought and paid for. Like he was a climate change skeptic. Denialist, rather. I don't like the term skeptic. Because it's basically a settled science. I might fix Car's right eye. Yeah, then one of the Australian prime ministers went out for a swim and never came back. Drowned in the ocean somewhere. Why didn't Madagascar go to the African race? Because he made a gas car. Why doesn't Madagascar like Tesla? That would be a better setup. Because he made a gas car. Alright, let's draw Madagascar. Then sort of same size as this ball up here. And I'm just now noticing that there is an errant little pixel from when I was shading this. Boom. Cleaned it up. Stick figure scare. That's an... Wow, that's actually like the perfect size ball. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. bottom left is kind of wonky. It got straight too quickly on that side. Ew, okay, I don't like this ball. Be gone. This is not bad. It's a little small. Maybe it can be Chad or something. It doesn't matter. It's small for all of them, really. Whatever. Yeah, we'll make this Chad. Madagascar joke should be put in the comic. Scummo is simply the most blatant. Yeah. You think it'd take a short amount of time to draw a Polandball, but then it takes 30 minutes or more? Yeah, well, I mean, part of it is I'm interacting with chat, so I'm stopping every few minutes. But even still, like, a simple comic can take a long time. If I were just, like, blow through this, I could do it pretty quickly. But at least when I watch streams, I like when the streamer interacts with chat, and it's not just me watching them, you know? Like, they don't even have to be interacting with me. It's just, I like when they're interacting with chat. But I think most successful streamers would tell you the same thing, that you really should do that. Otherwise, they're just not going to watch. They want to be sort of part of it. Chat is like a collective entity at a certain point, a hive mind. It's like France. Now it's Chad. We'll do the eyes later, because I want to... They're all going to be laughing in this panel. Let's do Morocco. You burn a lot of time drawing balls, too. Or at least I do. Because I think one of the most important things about a Polandball comic is that the balls look smooth. I don't like rough-looking balls. It's too... You think your best time in terms of comic making so far is about 3 to 5 hours, give or take? Yeah, I think like a general, like a 3-panel comic with white background and like maybe under 5 characters, so fewer than 5 characters, would probably take me about an hour, hour and a half. If it's a very simple joke, there's nothing extravagant about them holding extravagant objects or whatever, detailed objects. When I add detail or settings or objects, then it takes longer. So if I have like a dedicated background, that's probably like another hour or 2 for a 3-panel comic. This is good. We'll do this for Morocco. Where'd it go? Actually, no. It's too flat on the bottom. And on top. And on this side. Now it's more ballular. Actually, now this side needs to be fixed. And now this side. See, at this point, it would be just easier to draw a new ball. Damn it. That's good. Okay. I think they're too close in size now. Ah, whatever. No, eyes first. Eyes first. Okay. So this is Morocco. Two eyes. They're gonna be laughing. This is a good way to make eyes that make it look like they're laughing really hard with the eyes closed. A little bit closer. The colors. Morocco's got a nice simple flag design. Add the star. Let's make it 2 pixels. I'm gonna hide the eyes. I feel like this should be turned a little bit, you know? Whoops, what did I do there? Don't apply transformation. What does it look like if I do that? Yeah, I'm gonna delete that part. A little bit better. Move this up a little bit. Oh, you're not trying to say anything about streaming? You're talking about drawing in general? Sorry for the mix-up. No, don't apologize. It's something to talk about, you know? So, you know, I'm not a big-time streamer. Now, this is the most success I've ever had on a channel, and it's a collaborative effort. It's not even, you know, just my channel. But there are general rules, I think, that most streamers would follow and tell other people who want a streaming channel or a YouTube channel to grow, that you should abide by those rules. Rough balls have their charm too. That's true. You want to do a comic, but you don't know what the theme should be? Pick a time period and your characters, and let that sort of guide what you want to make the comic about. You think you're starting to take longer to draw because you've already started using layout drawing techniques you've learned from animation days? Yeah, the more you learn about this is true, I think, for any sort of subject, not just art, but the more you learn about something, the more time you spend obsessing about details or process that you wouldn't necessarily. Yeah, we're not a fan of other people using people's content without their consent. Specifically, if they're using it to fund, you know, their own lifestyle, right? If they're effectively monetizing other people's work, we're not cool with that. So whenever we feature comics on our channel, it's either stuff that we've drawn ourselves, you know, the people who are running the channel, or we get consent to use it from the people who are responsible for it. Yeah, it is a form of theft. Yeah, this if someone's getting paid to read your comic, and you know it's pretty rude. Yeah, I think anybody, if they're gonna be featuring somebody else's comics in a video, they should really be getting the consent from the author. It's the whole like React meta in YouTube and TikTok and streaming content. There's a lot of like gray areas, and it's brought up issues that we wouldn't have thought about before the advent of those technologies, you know? It's not even so much the money as the principle. Simply asking for permission would have been nice. Yeah, I agree. Some people have tried to use my comics in the past, and I've DMCA'd them because I don't want them to use it. They didn't ask for permission. So I DMCA'd a guy who tried to use my comics as an advertisement for something about a decade ago. And then it was only after the fact that he reached out trying to get my consent, and at that point I was having it, so I never answered him. Okay. It is taking a long time to draw all this. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm not getting sidetracked, I'm talking with chat. I'm doing what I should be doing. But I also want to move on to another comic, because I know chat is probably not super heavily invested in this comic, just because it features countries that I think most of us are not super familiar with. Let's draw Madagascar. That's good. All right. Not super clean, but I'll clean up the edges. I mean, it's up to the individual artist whether or not they want to use a copyright strike against somebody. I personally don't like it when people use my content without my permission, but I totally get why other people might feel the same way. You know, I too have an actual job, but I would be lying to you guys if I said I didn't want to be able to make a living as an artist. You know, it's white collar work is not super entertaining. Put it that way. All right. See the eyes. Those are pretty good eyes, I think. Madagascar's flag. It's split down the middle, left half, and then green on bottom. Okay, we'll do line behind Madagascar. This is an easy flag. Kudos to the people who designed the what is even the demonym for Madagascar? What are they called? Madagascarites? Madagascarans? Whoever came up with the Madagascaran flag, kudos. You made a super awesome, simple to draw flag, and I thank you. Algeria and Cameroon. Got pan flute music going on now. think I drew Cameroon and then Algeria in that order. So the balls started off big. Wow, these are bad balls. Let's see, is that too big? Yep, way too big. Too big. Let me zoom in a little bit. I think Togo looks cute here. There was a phase that Polandball went through not long after I joined, maybe like the first year or so of the subreddit, where Estonia was always depicted as cute. Estonia was like the cute character. Like if you wanted to have a cute character in your comic, you would use Estonia. And then someone made a comic with whales in it, and Wales was super cute. He had a little hat. And I made a meta comic about it, and I just posted in the comment section of one thread about Estonia getting jealous that Estonia was no longer the cute one. Here, let me see if I can... Actually, no, I don't want to show it because it has somebody else's content in it. I don't remember who drew who drew whales. It's Madagascan. Malagasy. Is it, do they speak French in Madagascar? Was it colonized by France? I mean, in addition to whatever the, native languages, indigenous languages are, I want to say they speak French, right? Yeah, you're in a better position as a freelance video editor. Your job's super fun and creative, so you don't really need to get paid for Polandball stuff, but you wouldn't say no if you know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, for a long time, I didn't particularly care about monetizing Polandball. I think in the early days, no one really wanted to do it. It's still very much a niche internet community, and the idea of like monetizing it as if it were just some other thing felt like a betrayal to the medium. It's Algeria or Cameroon I'm doing? Cameroon. The problem is that with any kind of anything that becomes popular, there's going to be people that are going to want to monetize it, right? Like, there are just people that are not interested in the subject matter of whatever it is beyond, thinking about how they can make money off of it, right? Madagascar has such cool wildlife, it's isolated for so long. Yeah, I think I want to say there's like a type of tree or something that's really unique to Madagascar. It doesn't grow anywhere else. All country balls are adorable. I like, I've never seen a comic where America has been drawn fat and is cute. Every time I think a country is drawn fat, I don't think they're cute. I would love to be proven wrong, though. Because every time I see like a fat America comic, it looks like Jabba the Hutt. You know? Welcome, Cascadia Ball. Yeah, so I don't know who's modding right now. Maybe it's Dick Rhino. Yeah, when people who like weren't part of the community, particularly in the early days, sort of came in and then started monetizing other people's work, that put a very bad taste in our mouths. So, you know, when we made this channel, we wanted to do it right. So we feature our own content and content from other artists after we get consent from them. Now, there are some things that have been lost to time. You know, where it's not possible to get in contact with the original author because they've deleted their Reddit account, or it's from, you know, Crouchan from like 2011, and there's just no way of knowing, you know? But like, if the person is an active artist, or we're able to get in touch with them, then we absolutely want to get their consent before we show any kind of any of their stuff on the channel, because it's not ours. So this was supposed to be Algeria. I'm gonna make it Cameroon. Cameroon, also simple, elegant flag, tricolor with a star. Love it. Want more of it. What did I do? Oh, whoops. Need an extra layer here. It gets unwieldy when you have so many different layers. Is it yellow on the right or the middle? I think it's, yeah, it's red in the middle. Okay. I was scrolling past the first panel like I had 10 more panels here. Like, no, dude, I've only made 2. The eyes more like that. Okay, and then maybe move the green or the yellow over a little bit. Like that. Merge. Yellow. Red. Green. Yellow star in the middle. Fat phobic coli. No, I just don't think, Here, I'll show you a comic that I made on 4th of July last year. It was the first comic I had made in like 7 years or something and actually posted. So this is the original United States with 13 stars. 1 cake for my first birthday, 2 cakes for my second birthday, and then last year was America's 247th birthday. So yeah, every time I see a ball drawn as a fat character, they just look like a slug. I just think that that's the natural way for like to draw. If your character is a sphere, making it look like a slug it just feels like the natural sort of way to show that this is a sphere that's lost itself. Pan-African flags are so unique, said by no one. I carry a ball is cool. Yeah, totally agree. I carry the animations are fantastic. Might be one of the best artists in Polandball history, actually. Coke as your burger condiment? That's not even a sphere, it's a deformed oval. Yep. 250th birthday, what do I think is going to happen in America? I think people will just get drunker than normal. Put the star lower or like between the eyes? Something like that. And Cameroon. Merge. Has to be behind Chad. No, what did I do? Cameroon behind Chad, like this. Okay, now we need to do Algeria. Roughly the same size. iced coffee waiting for me in the fridge. I need to go get it. It's a long day for me. A lot of work. It was annoying. That's about the right size. Okay. Just clean it up. Maybe up a little bit more and then... It's okay. It's a little, It's as if he's, like, leaning backwards. Three pixel for the eyes. Algeria has a nice simple flag, too. I think the eyes need to be bigger. Algeria is the largest country in Africa by geographic size. So I think when I was drawing it subconsciously, I was making it the largest ball. Why doesn't Algeria, the largest country in Africa, not simply eat the others? My man's a nice coffee fan. Now you like me even more. Yep. Aaron posted a comic, was it either today or yesterday in the subreddit, where Germany's lost in like a maze of an American suburb and is getting run down by some American suburban housewife trying to get her Starbucks iced latte. It's a great comic. I really liked it. It's super funny. But yeah, I have a coffee addiction that runs very, very deep. Caffeine addiction, really. I like being addicted to coffee, though. I like being a coffee snob. I don't want to change. Oh, I didn't get the red. Okay. Crescent moon, I am not great at drawing. How far does it extend into the white field? Damn it. Oh, I drew right over the eye! Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay. Oh, okay. It's the eyes are not a separate layer, that's why. Let me... Okay, and then magic eraser tool. And then... Okay, cool. Eyes. Moon. Get the red. Yeah, there's a, I live near a lot of really good coffee shops. There's one I go to more than anyone else. Just some of the best coffee I've ever had. So I go there at least every weekend to get a coffee. Hide the eyes. This is a bad star, whatever. That's good enough. Alright, I need to copy panel 1 just to get the rough positioning for these characters. This is Madagascar. It's Madagascar on the right. Morocco's in front. Over here. Algeria is behind Madagascar. It needs white back here. Right here. Cameroon goes here behind Chad. And Chad goes up here. Move him like over here. Okay. Go to panel 2. I like the so I don't know why, but for whatever reason I really like the idea of Togo as like a comedian. There's no reason for it, you know, but it seems like the nonsensical kind of characterization that you could give to a country that no one knows anything about, you know? Imagine being able to call yourself the largest country in Africa, but 90% of your land is unusable. True, but I think the same was also of Sudan. You drink coffee 3 times a day, somehow you manage to sleep more than 10 hours a day? I have at least 3 coffees a day, and I usually get like 6 hours of sleep during the work week, but then on weekends I sleep in for like 10 hours. Aaron C14 is a very funny person. Absolutely. Go watch the newest Polandball news video. That's been his baby. We've got some good ideas for the next few ones as well, but he's really been hard carrying the Polandball news so far. He draws tons of frames for them. Toenails bleeding for the 5th time this week. That's not great. Togo kind of sounds like Pogo or Pogo the Clown. Yeah, Togo the Jokester. Pogo was John Wayne Gacy. Oh, okay. Well, wasn't John Wayne Gacy... He was a clown, though, right? That's part of, like, his notoriety? Am I making that up? Yeah, the killer clown. Okay. With countries nobody knows about, you can do pretty much whatever you want, since they don't have any defined traits. Very true. I think I'm going to do that. Whenever I need a comic, or a comedian in a comic, I'm going to use Togo. Maybe we can make that canon if I just do it enough. But like, I just like the idea of Togo for no reason being a comedian. As a Moroccan, you can confirm this comic isn't accurate since Morocco and Algeria aren't beating each other up. It's one of the great things about like every country is that there's this rivalry with their neighbors. With few exceptions. There's not really a rivalry between Canada and the US because it's sort of like, you know, the US doesn't really have any rivals. Like China, maybe, but that's really a different kind of relationship. It's more of a brotherly relationship that Canada and US have. So I need to draw sunglasses on Chad. This is I want to say, like the whole idea. Where is this? Why is this not drawing? Okay, it was just hidden behind layers. I want to say like the whole idea of like the whole like it's like Chad Stacy meme is something that came after Polandball was already established as well. If that's the case, then it would make sense why Chad isn't drawn with sunglasses, you know? I think if the Stacy and Chad meme came before Polandball, Chad would always be drawn with sunglasses. that makes sense. You know what? I'm gonna flip this layer horizontally. Whoa, I did the whole canvas. Image. No pixels per second. What? Why is this not working? Why won't it let me flip this? Didn't work. Alright, I'll just redraw it. Now it's not letting me delete that layer. Oh, okay. I see why. He disguised himself as a clown. Okay. Used to be so chronically online that your phone said your average daily screen time per week was 16 hours. That's the average time a human is awake each day. Thankfully, it doesn't say anymore. I mean, it's pretty easy to be chronically online with smartphones now. It would have been harder in the pre-smartphone era. I'm actually not going to flip this because I realized I didn't draw the ball that way. Oh, I could flip the ball. I don't want to flip the ball. Yours is an average of 13 hours per day. Mine's probably pretty high too. You know, I have an office job, so I'm staring at the computer all day for work, and then some of my, you know, actual personal hobbies involve being in front of a screen, right? Like drawing and video games, movies, TV. Move this a little bit closer. I feel like this is too big. The sunglasses. Take panel 1, copy this for reference. That's good enough. Or maybe I could draw the sunglasses in front of him. I think they're just too wide. Oh, I was drawing it on the wrong layer too. Let me just redo it. That's a good way to get a sense of the scale. This needs to be a little bit longer. I think this is a little bit too long. This needs to come down a little bit more. A little bit more depth. Let's try that. That looks okay. Then do the lines behind it. 1 pixel. Okay, clean it up a little bit. I'll catch up with chat in a minute or two here. Fill it in. Back to black. And then dark gray. Nose bridge. Was that, did I use 2 pixel? Yeah. That looks kind of weird, actually. Oh well. I'm committed. Something like that. It does look weird because the lenses are so thin compared to when he's just looking normally. But I think people get the idea. So the microphone I totally messed up. Gotta bring it back down. Togo the comedian. I actually really like this comic. I think this is pretty funny. It's not a super original joke. It's basically just a rip off of a Simpsons joke. It's just the main difference is that he's literally driving a car. You know, car. Let's see. Let me catch up with chat. Togo can always have a can also have a spinning bow tie whenever he says a punchline. I like that. Sigma dudes, clown, ligma dudes. "21 hours? What? When you were in school last year, your average sleep was like 3 hours, but now it's 11 to 13. When I was in college and grad school, I managed to get a good amount of sleep. I was never really stressed. I did pull all-nighters a lot, though. I've mentioned this before. Whenever I have a big project, I tend to be bad about splitting it into constituent parts and doing it over a long period of time. And I sort of get in the mindset of just doing it all at once, which is not a good habit, but I've gotten a lot better about it. Today you only had a 6-hour nap? Only. 6-hour nap, that's just sleeping, man. You don't know if you consider yourself an animator because most of your animations are incomplete and the only one you have complete is 1 second. That's all it takes to call yourself an animator. You can get an hour of sleep as long as there's something keeping you awake throughout the day. That's pretty impressive. You can use the highlights on the sunglasses to show that the eyes are closed. When the eyes are closed? Yeah. 13 hours is when you usually need to use the restroom. Like this ambient song playing, yeah. Longest you slept was an entire day. I've done like 16 hours before when I was like absolutely dead tired. But most nights I'll get 6 hours of sleep, and then on the weekends I'll get close to 10. 9 or 10. Alright, I'm gonna get my coffee real quick, and then I'm gonna do the shading on this, add the text, and then I think maybe we can do a third panel. I want to get your guys' input, but I'll be right back. All right. So, just as I was sitting down, I had an idea for a third panel. I want to run it by you guys. So, let me write this text just so everyone's on the same page. South Susan. This is such a stupid joke. I love it. This feels like a very classic Polandball kind of joke. You know, it's like nonsensical, and it's just making fun of the fact that Car's name is Car. If Stick Poland is not included in the comic, you're out of the stream. Be the stream mascot. I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, on weekdays you get less sleep, you get more things done, and on weekends you get the rest of the sleep that you didn't get to on the weekdays. Yeah, it's called sleep deficit or sleep. What is it called? There's a couple of terms here, actually. Let me find it. Sleep banking, maybe. I think sleep banking is the term that's used to describe people who, or not people, but it's used to describe the practice of getting a little bit of sleep when you need to get things done, and then saving it, like building it up so that you can get more sleep at another night. And it's not healthy. It's better to to sleep a consistent like 7 to 8 hours a night for an adult, a little bit longer for adolescents and children. As you age, just for whatever reason, I know there's a biological explanation for it. I don't personally remember what it is, but as you get older, you need less sleep. Old people can get by on like 5 hours of sleep, which is pretty crazy to me. And then there's another term called revenge sleep procrastination, or revenge bedtime procrastination, which is it's used to describe how people know that they have to go to bed because they have to get up for school or work or something, but they don't want to because they haven't had enough time to themselves. because they were just working or studying all day. So they're up late, like on their phone or something while they're in bed and like refusing to go to bed because they feel like they didn't get enough me time, you know? And I do that every night. It's awful. I'll see ya, Cascadia. Sorry if I already missed you, but if you watch the VOD, this is me saying goodbye. Thanks again for coming. Recently, you were able to fix your sleep schedule by completely inverting it by pulling an all-nighter up to 10 to 11 p.m. I used to do that when I could in college, but once I got my first big boy job, I couldn't do that anymore. Sleep deficit. Revenge sleep procrastination sounds like a mission for an RPG game. Yeah. Alright, let's do the shadows. What is layer 2? Sunglasses on Chad. Chad, Cameroon, Morocco, not Togo, Madagascar, Algeria, and layer 2. Okay, I'm gonna merge them. They're no longer moving. You've been able to get rid of the staying up late because you don't want to sleep thing recently? That's good. I have been trying for 10 years and I can't. You think you fell asleep at 7 and woke up at 4 and had to survive the entire day without succumbing to low energy? Yeah, that sounds brutal. Let's see, car, Togo, microphone. These guys can be merged. And then he's kind of a little bit above. Let's see, something like this. Actually, some of these are probably French-speaking countries, right? They speak French in Chad. Should be ho, right? They speak Arabic and French in Chad. Madagascar, they speak Malagasy and French. Cameroon, I want to say, is also French-speaking. Yeah, French and English. Morocco's Arabic, right? There's probably some French, too. Or Spanish. Arabic and Spanish, not French. I'm thinking of Tunisia. Tunisia, I think. They speak some French. And then Algeria's Arabic and French, right? I mean, it's probably just Arabic. But I'm sure there's still some French speakers, but... You know, given the Civil War, I'm sure they didn't want to keep French as an official language. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna make should be ha for some of these. Not that one. I don't know. I think this looks funny. Just Togo driving another ball. In the Treaty of Versailles, they removed all German colonies. Yep. Cameroon was German for a time, was it? They were before World War. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was like what are they called? It was like East German Africa and West German Africa or something is what they were called, right? Yeah, and they lost them in the Treaty of Versailles to, I guess, France. Panel 2. And then where's the shading? Shadows. Okay. So So we're going to do Dick Rhino style shading again, where it's like a crescent that goes all the way around the ball. That's too much. Fill it a little bit. Jerry will be a little strange. Zoom in here. I don't want to get. I don't want to shade over the lenses. The sunglasses. It's gonna happen. Damn it. No, I'll just go around it. Where's the hole here? Oh, it's near the bottom. How did I miss that? And then over here, Cameroon. I'm actually glad I drew an African comic just because, God, all my comics have the US in them and it just gets tiresome to draw the US all the time, but my third panel idea actually involves the US, so I'll run it by you guys if you think it's funny. Then I did sort of like an oblong kind of shadow on top of car. And then car is going to be kind of like this maybe, and then past here, fill in that little hole down on the side. And then maybe for the tires, something like this. Sort of similar. I'll fill that in. Looks like a burqa or something. Veil. 35. I think this is too much. I'm gonna clean this up on car. But otherwise, I think it looks okay. Oh, I didn't do, I didn't go underneath. Bottom. A little bit over here for Algeria. Side. 35%. Okay. I think this would have been a good comic to not even have any shading in, but it's too late. I'm committed. I need to clean up this a little bit, as I said I was going to. I'm neglecting chat. I'm sorry. I'm trying to actually get this comic done in this session. I'll get to you guys. Magic eraser tool. Have to clean up. Oops. I'll clean up after. The wheel. We're here. That's not the right tool. Those pixels. Okay. Let me catch up with chat. Morocco technically speaks Spanish. They claim the Saharan Republic or something like that, and they speak Spanish as a secondary language. Yeah. Oh, Coconut came back and then left promptly. Sunnyflower. I've been commenting a lot in the stream. Yeah. It's great. Like I recognize a lot of your guys' names now because I've been most of these streams commenting. Have car dealership comics been done? No, I don't think so. At least I don't recall. But there've been so many comics over the years that I've not seen. It's possible, but it's one of the few things that car gets known for in Polandball is its acronym is CAR. As an American, America is overused, but when are you not going to use it? Yeah, and I mean, Reddit and YouTube are largely American websites. Well, they are American websites. They're American companies. And their user base is largely American. So you got a cultural bias towards America and Western culture. But, you know, one of the charms of Polandball is that it is so international and that there are people in the community who are attracted to it because it's a chance for them to feature their own culture and their country and their language. And it's nice how we get it, but we don't get enough of it relative to, you know, how much we get in the US. But you know, people draw what they know, and you know, I know the U.S. because I live here. I'm American, so I draw it all the time. You know, and it's the most important country in the world just by virtue of being the most powerful, right? So everyone has an opinion on it, and it interacts with most people's countries to some degree, more than most other countries. So the U.S. was already in a comic. I just haven't realized it yet. Yeah. So the third panel, I was actually thinking. And I want you guys to let me know if you think it's a good idea. Just hit you with the stick figure again. Third panel, I wanted to have Sudan and South Sudan talking about how, you know, they're getting upset at the joke. They're standing next to each other, looking at the camera or whatever. Looking toward the, maybe not directly at the camera, but we have a zoom up of their face, Sudan and South Sudan saying, that's not like us at all. And then the U.S. is standing next to them. And he says something like, who the fuck are you guys? I don't know who any of you are. I can do a brief mock-up. It could even be the fourth panel. So like the third panel could be here, brief mock-up. Right. I don't remember what the Sudanese and South Sudanese flag look like. Something like this, right? Where did I draw this? Oh, it's all South Sudan. Okay. And then I'm going to duplicate this layer. Something like that. Fourth panel is stick Poland. I'm going to hide the cancer. So this was the general idea, I think. But I think even just as like a 2-panel comic, this kind of works, the 2 completed panels. Hi, IDK Animates. Can I draw the whiskey wars between Denmark and Canada? I think that's a something I can get to in a future stream. I do. It's one of those weird quirks of history that's definitely worth making comics about because it's kind of a funny thing. Maybe a moment of silence to add comedic timing. Yeah. Like add like so it could be the 5th panel. So do something like this. Have to make the canvas bigger. Something like this. Sudan, South Sudan, USA. Welcome, UK Country Ball. American mindset comes in again. True. We're trying to make the conscious effort to provide some rep for Australia since there doesn't seem to be many comics featuring it these days. I don't know if it was on a previous stream that I mentioned this. I think it was. I think I was talking to you about it. One of the reasons I don't draw Australia or feature Australia in a lot of comics is because I hate drawing your flag. It's a pain in the ass to draw. I think the Union Jack is one of the most annoying flags to draw. And when you draw the Australian flag, you have to draw not only that, but it has to be small in the corner, and then you have to draw the rest of the flag. Same thing with New Zealand. Like, there's a ton of content that I could conceivably come up with for Australia and New Zealand because they're Anglo countries. But I just never want to draw them because it's... Like, I'm getting mad just thinking about having to draw those flags. I'm going to merge this with panel 2. What is layer 3? Merged. Panel 1 and panel 2. Let's move them up. Should they have borders? These panels, do you think? That's a stylistic choice for a lot of comics, is whether or not you want to add borders. You hate drawing the stars? Yeah. Yeah, Union Jack blows Union Jack blows chunks. Yep. Like, it's a pretty flag. I wouldn't say it's an S tier flag, maybe A, like a mid A tier. But it's just super annoying to draw. You have to be mentally bad because you enjoy drawing the Union Jack? Yeah, you might be. Union Jack isn't hard for me. That's because you like to draw how England and Scotland planned it. See you later, Novel. Thanks for joining. Hope to see you in a future stream. I mean, it's... I don't like drawing it, but I do like featuring the UK in a lot of comics. I made this too wide, I think. Save the cancer. Crop this a bit. I think you got a comic idea? Nice. Strike while the iron is hot. Get to drawing. Sorry, I'm just reading. Okay. Strike while the iron is hot. You're going to start using that analogy. It's a pretty common phrase in English. In the American lexicon, anyway. An iron would be a strong weapon. You can use it as a cheese grater. I mean, you can use it to melt cheese. I don't know that you could use it to grate cheese. Well, I guess maybe. Well, no, it's not. It would just fall into the bottom of the iron. Alright, I'm gonna pull up the Sudanese flag. Easy flag to draw, fortunately. It's an SVG document, that's not what I want. PNG. Polandball folder. Got a streaming folder. Flag of Sudan. South Sudan. Did South Sudan change their flag? They changed it in 2023, it looks like. It was a darker blue, and they changed it to a lighter blue. Let me pull it up. So this is the Sudanese flag, this is the South Sudanese flag. I could have sworn this was a darker blue. It was apparently, and they changed it. It's also apparently not clear whether or not the star is angled upward or if it's offset. Interesting. What's my WPM speed? I haven't tested in a long time, but it's probably between like 60 and 80. It's not very high. We're only 10 people. Yeah, we're a small channel. Yesterday we had 28 people, 28 concurrent viewers at one point. I think partly is people are not interested in a country about African comics, or a comic about African countries. So I think the next one might feature European countries, US as well. Yeah, the light blue does look bad. Alright, I'm gonna make the right dimensions for this again. Make the third panel. Zoom in. I'm going to duplicate this twice. I'm not looking forward to... Oh, you know what I could do? I think the third panel, just Sudan and South Sudan. The panel behind that, or the panel after that, the fourth panel, Sudan, South Sudan, and then the US moves into frame. And then the fifth panel, he says, "Who the fuck are you guys?" Something like that. Whoops. What did I do? Stick Poland. South Sudan behind. Maybe right next to him. Ew, that light blue is horrible. Yep. The color theory. Oh, I read that. It looks better. The dark variant is now considered unofficial. Interesting. 60 to 80 WPM words per minute is above average. Yours is 65 to 70. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Do I listen to music while I draw work? All the time, constantly. I think on my Spotify Wrapped, it shows you like your total listening hours. Let me pull it up actually, because I'm curious. But it's consistently like really high. It's like 60 straight days of just listening to music. Let's see if I can find it. It's like early December. Get your Spotify Wrapped. Where'd it go? Oh, I sent my name to Europa. I just found a screenshot where, you know, every time NASA launches some kind of spacecraft somewhere, they give you the option of putting your name on like a CD that goes with the spacecraft. So I've done that for most space missions. So like my name is on Mars with the rovers. NASA's sending a spacecraft to Jupiter. It's launching sometime this year, October of this year, called Europa Clipper. And I made sure that my name is on that as well. I can't find the screenshot I took of my Spotify. It's in here somewhere. It's not that important. Oh well. How are country balls born? They come out of nowhere. They burst out of other country balls. Yeah, they're like xenomorphs from Alien. It's a good question, but how do they form a split? They just appear. What are our opinions on Country Ball Rule 34? I do not partake myself. Okay, I'm gonna draw. You know what, I need to... I think they should be like more complete characters. Maybe 10 pixel. This is not a kid's channel. We don't make content for children, or at least, I mean, you know, that's not our... There's like options in YouTube to make your channel like a kid-friendly channel. We're not a kid-friendly channel. You know, Polandball deals with some pretty gruesome stuff at times, right? Because it deals with history and politics, geopolitics, right? So there are topics like genocide and war crimes, terrorism, things that are not suitable content for children. So this is not a... It's not a kid's channel. That doesn't mean like you should go crazy with you know, whatever you want to say or whatever in chat. You know, keep it civil, obviously. When the Polandball subreddit started, I want to say like the average age of the user base was pretty young. It was like maybe late teens. And over time, I think at least the power users we've gotten old. I don't think I'm old yet. But it's a medium that appeals to people of all ages. But you start hitting a wall toward the upper echelons of human age just because there are people who are not familiar with memes and internet culture, older people. Do you guys scale the country balls by size or age? Size, yeah, generally size. It's not, the size of the ball doesn't necessarily matter for a comic. Like, if we're looking here in this panel, these balls are different sizes, right? Like Morocco and Chad Morocco and Togo are smaller than the rest of the balls, but there was no reason for it. It's just Togo I had to make smaller than Car because he's riding Car on top, But there was no reason for me to draw Morocco as smaller than the rest of them. It's just to have a more diverse set of characters. To make it more pleasing to look at. If like everything is the exact same size and same shape, it's I think visually boring. But if you're drawing a comic where the size of the countries actually matters, then you would want to make some, like a country like Russia or China, you would make physically larger. If you want to make a country imposing, you make them larger, right? Like if you want to represent China and Taiwan in a war or something, you might make China look a lot bigger because physically it's the more powerful country, right? But the size of the characters doesn't really matter. Like for a joke like this, it doesn't matter. It's all contextual. All right, I want to do eyes first. Okay, we're gonna make Sudan and South Sudan angry. We'll use 5 point for the eyes. This will be Sudan. Eyes a little bit lower. I'm gonna copy these, put them on the other side, and then just as reference. So these are two different ways that you can draw eyes to make the character look angry. This one is even angrier. These balls came out nicely. What is line? What did I do here? Delete that. Let's do flag of Sudan. Sudan, these nuts! Red and black. Make another layer behind the green line. Whoa, what happened there? Why is this like... the opacity got changed somehow on the pencil. That was weird. It was pink instead of red. Black. Oh, so I've mentioned this before, but when I draw black on a flag, if the black part of the flag is going to blend into the outline of the ball itself, I use like a very dark gray. So for Germany in particular, like if you go and you look at my comics, Germany always has a very dark gray, because otherwise, if you use black, it's going to blend in perfectly with the outline, right? Because the outline is black. And then it'll make the black part of the flag look larger than it actually is, and it makes the proportions of the character look really wrong. So, you'll see what I'm doing here. Oh, that's too light of a gray. I'm gonna go darker. Darker still. Something like that. So you can tell it's supposed to be black, right? But it doesn't blend in with the actual outline. I'll fill it in. This is what it would look like if it was actually black. I feel like that looks bad, because now it looks like the outline is part of the flag when it's not. So I'm going to keep it dark gray. So that's Sudan. South Sudan. Super ugly flag now. They should have stuck with the dark blue. Do red. No, do a line behind this. Green. And then we'll use the same dark gray. Trying to get the right sort of depth here. It's okay. Yeah, I'll merge them. It's gonna be hard to get the star on the blue field behind the eye. Let's get the right color yellow. What did I just do? Okay. I'm gonna copy the eye on Sudan. Or on South Sudan. Gonna take blue. Okay. Hide that. The star's upright in this one? Okay. That's not good. Okay. Something like that. Let's do some shading. Do the opposite way this time. Bottom shadow. Sorry, let me catch up the chat. Thoughts on Polandball? I don't like political compass memes or its spin-offs. I'm not a fan. But I get why people are interested in it. But political compass memes is very reductive. And it's kind of like a bullying subreddit. You like the chill out music that's been playing recently? I forget what I chose. I can sort the audio library that YouTube has for like the copyright-free music by mood. So I chose calm. I think it's most of them have been okay. Given the subject matter, you figured the Polandball community was more on the older side. People who've been in the community for a long time are, you know, just by virtue of it, the community being pretty old now. Polandball's been around for nearly 15 years. But I was looking at the demographics on our YouTube channel, the demographics of the viewer base, and I want to say like 2/3, if not 80%, of our viewers are between the ages of 18 and 34. Maybe a little bit younger, like 14 to 34. And then it peters off a little bit. But 18 to 24 and then 25 to 34 are our two biggest demographics, and they're roughly even. Remember when a creepy song started playing out of nowhere in the first stream drawing African country balls? Yes, that was weird. It was like creepy clown music, circus music. You think whenever people start learning about gruesome parts of history, they would come across Polandball? I think Polandball as a medium is fairly widespread now. That people who have any passing interest in history, politics, maps, flags, whatever, will have seen it for in some capacity. Not necessarily like the official Polandball subreddit, or not even as a comic, but just like the idea of a country being characterized as a ball, I think is it's got to be pretty common now for most people who use the internet. Size is more of a stylistic choice? Yeah, generally. You draw country ball size based on their clay size. You think you're not the only one in the community that does that? Yeah, that's pretty common. A lot of people will draw Russia, you know, as the biggest country in a lot of regards. There are comics that I've drawn that feature, you know, a lot of European countries. And in those comics, I'll draw Russia as being large. You normally draw them by size, except for comedic purpose. How much time do I have left? I can go for like another 45 minutes or so. I had a lot of time tonight. I'll stream again tomorrow. I can do nearly daily streams. If people keep tuning in, of course, you know. Even if we're a small community right now, it's only been 9 days, I think, of streaming. I'm gonna change this song. I don't like that. The gray shading is exactly what you do. Yeah, I think it's a better way of depicting black on flags without using black. Same as biodegradable. Yeah, nice. Conversion evolution, we'll call it. You draw pitch black. Waiter for Karma draws pitch black because it feels more liquefied. Don't know how else to put it. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that, but I mean it's common. I would say most people use black for black in a flag. Like when most people draw Germany, they'll use actually black for the black band. When you draw something, anything in particular, what do I dread the most? Oh, that's a good question. I have to think about that. Drawing something very detailed, I get I don't dread it, but I get anxiety because I start to focus on like the pixel, like by pixel by on the details by pixel, which is like way too detailed to worry about. I don't look forward to drawing certain countries. I mentioned earlier the Union Jack. I hate drawing. I never look forward to drawing the Union Jack. I wouldn't go so far as to say I dread it because I still draw the UK a lot, but I don't look forward to it. You use dark blue color for shading. The only drawing rule you don't really like is having to flip Poland's flag. You always thought it was weird. I cannot see the Polish flag in any other way now. Like, to me, it has to be red on top. Like, every time I see Poland represented in a news article or on TV or something and they show the Polish flag, it doesn't look right to me when I know that I'm wrong, right? Because, I've just consumed Polandball content for 15 years and turned my brain into mush. You've always wanted to have a career that had something to do with flags? That's a very narrow career path, and I would advise you not to do that. I don't know that you can make a career out of liking flags. We don't know if it was a mistake or intentional in the first comic. Yeah, that's a good thing to mention. For those who don't know, the very first comic, Polandball comics, featured Poland with the red up on top, which is, again, not accurate. And we have no idea whether or not that was intentional or a mistake by the author. Sometimes you use black for flags that have black in it, but also dark gray. Again, it's a stylistic choice. There's no right answer. Perfection always kicks in on the more detailed things to draw. Yep. When black on coats of arms cover a black part of the flag, you'd make the coat black gray. Okay. It was intentional. Do you think it was intentional? I wish we could ask Falco. The dude spawned two memes with lasting power: Polandball and the Wojak meme. Wojak is definitely, I would say, the bigger of the two, but I think Polandball is the more cherished one because we've put guardrails on it, and we've kept it closer to the original intent. The theory that you like is that it was intentional to piss off Polish users. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the arguments in favor of it being intentional, was that he was making those comics to upset a Polish user on Crouchan, I think. I'm not a fan of, like, the sort of Western chill songs. I'm gonna change to something else. What mood is there? Genre. Let's do dance and electronic. Let's see what they've got. Funky karaoke. Nope, don't like that. Move this on. Let's try this. Is Falco still in the community or even alive? We have no idea. Polandball kind of exploded in 2022 and 2023. You joined in late 2022. You also joined in 2022. Cajun joined in 2021. Sunnyflower first found it in 2020, and then 2022 got revived. Yeah, these farm songs are annoying. We're not hurting cows. All right. Let's do the next panel. I wish I was better at English. There's a Polish user in the Polandball community. I think he's still moderator. Mo4, MO4, or M04. He has, I think, the best, among the best English of any Polandball community member. Something to aspire to. I like this song. You suck at English? Yeah, English is an art in and of itself. You made a Polandball video, but not get motivation for another one. Don't feel compelled or pressure to keep making videos. You know, art is a pastime. It's a hobby. How big should I mix it in here? That's a pretty decent ball. A little too flat on the top. I'll change that. Ooh, that's no good. Let's do something like that. Okay, that's good. Do South Sudan. It's the right size, but it's not a great ball. That's a pretty good ball, I think. Yeah, this is a good ball. See Sudan's eyes. Go back to 3-point for the eyes. It's gonna be mad. Still. I like to put the eyes a little bit past the halfway point, a little bit below the halfway point. Give the ball a larger forehead, it looks cuter. That's One of the things that's very common, if not universal, in mammals is that the young of most mammal species tend to have larger foreheads than adults of the species. It's a pretty universal thing among mammals, so that it's a defining trait of their young. So it makes like cross-species identification of young more easy for predators, obviously, because they're trying to, it's easier for like a lion to catch a baby gazelle than a fully grown gazelle. And then for communal purposes, right? Like if you can tell that this is, like a puppy or something, or a human child, to be careful around it because it's just a baby. So dogs are able to tell generally that human babies are baby people. Maybe not baby people, but they understand that it's a child, Same thing with cats. They generally understand. Getting off on a tangent there. That's a bad eye. It's not good either. I like this song. It's pretty good. Clean up a little bit. 1 point here. Kalai, if you've played it, what do I think about Terraria? I've never played it, but my impression of it is that it's like a side-scrolling version of Minecraft, right? I never really got into Minecraft. It was it came out a little bit after my time. I was sort of a little bit too old for it when it came out. Like it appealed to a younger gamer audience. You can only do is of and am, and you've only known English your whole life, so it doesn't help. Yeah. Using articles, like deliberately misplaced articles in English, is a lazy way of going about it. Like using unique vocabulary and changing the syntax, I think, is what makes English very good. Intoings and of and the and whatever is very lazy English, but sometimes the dialogue itself is not the point of the joke, so people look past it. It's not like Minecraft, it's better and very different. I should try it. Terraria appeals to an older audience? Okay. You're fine with people breaking Polandball rules as long as they don't break the limbs, face, and hair rules. Minecraft is the best game ever, Roblox is worse. Yeah, like these... Roblox even is... I've played Minecraft before, I've never played Roblox. I think Roblox was... That's meant for, like, children. And I think by the time it came out, I was, like, in my 20s, so it wasn't really aimed at me. Alright. Some of these songs are absolute bangers. Let's draw Sudan. Where did I draw? Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna draw toward here, roughly. Another, line 2. And the black. Dark gray, really. What was the name of the last song? Let me see. The last song was called A Sitar Story by Hanu Dixit. I'll put it in chat. Roblox is meant for children, but many freaking adults play it and add condos, etc. Yeah. Some of us were born into a generation where we can't afford houses, but we can't afford to build digital houses. Roblox is overrun with an older audience, even though it's meant for a younger one. You're watching this while walking your dog? Cool. Tell your dog I say hello. I actually bought Roblox stock when they went to their initial public offering and sold like a month later for a couple $100 profit. All right, let's merge these layers. I don't like the Sudanese flag. I think it's ugly. It's like a very generic Arab flag, you know? Like Jordan or... Sudan. South Sudan. What is this layer? You just got stick Poland. What, it's red in the middle, I think. Line 2. Totally just misspelled it. Whatever. It's green and green on the bottom and then black on top. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. This song is good too. Red, blue. And then the eyes. I'll tie the eyes because we have to do the star. This sounds a little bit like the Crab Rave song. Which, outside of the meme, is an absolute banger. Oh, I did black here. Whoops. I filled the bottom black. Crap. That's no good. This is gonna look really crappy. I didn't notice until it was too late. I have to sort of fix it manually. Yeah, it's whatever. It's good enough. Clean up a little bit here. I jump scare you every time I saturate the microphone. Oh, I'm probably I like tap the microphone out of habit. It's a bad compulsion. I should stop doing that. Your dog says hi to me. Cool. What kind of dog do you have? And Vitha. You once tried to play Bee Swarm Simulator, but you didn't understand. Some random enemy scared you and you left. I don't know what that is. You know, like the Turkmenistan flag? It's too complicated? Yeah, totally agree. Guns and Black Powder is a game that's just COD zombies, but in Napoleonic time. Napoleonic era. It's interesting. Stick Poland will not succumb. You're running low on animation material. Can you animate this when you're finished? Yeah, sure. If you want to animate this, go for it. You have my permission. It's crazy how a drawing balls with chat ended with a whole comic. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm trying to guide it, right? If we were just doing everything chat said, we wouldn't have a comic. It would just be a mess of different countries. But getting input from chat definitely helps as I'm drawing it. So I'm going to draw the US in the background here. So I need to pull up the US from one of my more recent comics. Surprised that this community hasn't gotten drama yet. I feel like it's coming ever so closer. The Polandball subreddit has had a lot of drama over the past 15 years. Roughly. But the YouTube channel is new. The channel we've only been doing since September. And the live streams are even newer. We've only been doing that for about 8 or 9 days. You've noticed r/Polandball's gotten higher in the rankings since we got on Shadowban. We've gone from number 11 to number 8 in comics. Yeah. Reddit had this whole API change in July of last year. And it inadvertently... There were a lot of protests from subreddits. And the Reddit admins started going after those subreddits. And we got unintentionally caught in the crossfire. They sort of hid our community so that it wouldn't show up on most people's feeds if they weren't subscribed in particular. Because we had submission rights, approval rights. And I guess that was one of the tools that some subreddits that were protesting the API decision were using to restrict access or whatever. Whereas the Polandball subreddit did not participate in any of the protests. But Reddit has definitely gotten worse. You know, I've been using Reddit since 2008, 2009. And it's gotten steadily worse over time. But particularly since the API change, it's become a totally different site. It's just absolute trash now. There's a lot of like pop culture garbage that I see show up all the time that I don't want to see. both Sudans. We're going to draw the US. Where is a recent comic I had the US in? What, I made this recently. Well, not that recently, like 6 months ago. Just, I had taken a long hiatus from drawing, and I just needed practice. And I wanted to make something that would butt hurt Brits. So I made this and posted to the subreddit back in like August or July of last year. Alright, so we're gonna draw US back here. Smaller in the distance. Maybe even smaller than that. Wow, it is hard to... Smaller. Ooh, this is a good ball. This is one of the best balls I've drawn ever. This is a great ball. Chat, take a moment and bask in the glory of this ball. This is a nearly perfect Polandball. Now I'm going to show you how I draw the US flag, which I hate drawing because it's way too goddamn busy. So I do the blue field first, and then I do the first middle stripe. Two lines behind. Then I do the top one. Try and keep them sort of separate. Or make sure the spacing works out, you know? And then I do the next three. Whatever, near the bottom. No, that's too many, okay. I usually do draw the 13 stripes, which is annoying. You don't have to. And you don't have to draw 50 stars, but you can't just make one star and like multiply it by 50. You know, like a lot of people try to get around that by saying like, they draw one star and they do X 50. You can't do that. That's verboten. You have to put some stars on the flag. This is actually one of the faster US flags I've drawn. Then I do the stars. Stars are pretty easy. They don't have to be that clean. Where stars are offset though. We'll do 3 in a column. Oh, there's an errant pixel there. Some people draw very stylized American flags, like the stars. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's some that are really, really good that I've really liked throughout the years. But it's really cool to see how we're all working with the same source material, right? Like there's tens of thousands, if not like hundreds of thousands, well, maybe not hundreds of thousands, probably tens of thousands of people have made a Polandball comic at some point, right? And just seeing like all the different ways people can draw the same flag is pretty remarkable. I'm gonna move this star down a bit, I think. I feel like I'm listening to something from Super Mario Sunshine. If you guys ever played that game. Fix these stars. Move this one back up. I have a great idea for another comic. I don't know if I'm going to draw it on stream, though. But it's a really clever idea, and it might be like a very high-effort comic. So it would require like many streams, and I think that would ruin sort of the punchline. Okay, this is okay. In the Spanish community, there was a whole channel dedicated to anti-Country Ball stickers campaign. There's a beef most of the time. Glory to the ball. Yep, it was a great ball. What's everyone's favorite flag? That's a great question. I'm curious what people would say in the chat. Your current method of drawing USA is 4 stripes and 6 big fat stars. That's good. That's like a stylized version of the US. I've always drawn like the actual number of stripes, but it's unnecessary. And now just looking at it, I need to fix it a little bit. See, like, it's sort of squished. Like, I did kind of a rush job here, it looks like. No, I'm not going to change that. It's good enough. Let's draw the glasses. I like this song. We're going to use 3 pixel? No, 2 pixel. Give him oversized eyes. This feels like, I don't know, the joke I'm going for here, it feels very much like the US should be the character here. Because he's ignorant about geography and history and stuff. Do you think those eyes are too far apart? That looks okay, I think. Let's make it black and see what it looks like. See those gray lines. Go back to Chad. Get these colors for the lenses. You played through a bit of Super Mario Sunshine. That was one of my favorite Mario games. I'm not really into Mario, but I really liked Super Mario Sunshine. I played it as a kid. It was super fun. Just like running around like the main town square. That music was awesome. It's a good US. No, the glasses are too far apart, or the lenses, the eyes. I'm gonna move them in closer together. I'll have to clean it up. The nose bridge is all messed up. That looks better. Offset it a little bit, and then... something like that, and then... shorten that. That's a good US. I think maybe the left eye is a bit too big, but I don't care enough to redraw it, so I'm gonna merge these layers. USA, let's do shading. So this is the 4th panel. We have one more panel after this. Just do the shading real quick. How did I do the shading in the previous panel? On the right side of the ball, okay. I've also noticed that I tend to use a lighter shade than other artists. And I kind of want to use darker. I normally set the opacity to 35%, and I think 45% looks better. So I'm going to start doing that. I forgot to do that in the first panel, so I can't really go back and fix it that easily. So next comic, I'll make sure to use a slightly darker shadow. Nice shadow. So this is 35. This would be 45, more dramatic. Let's do 45, 35. Stick Poland in. Let me pick up with chat. You guys have been busy in chat. I can't catch up with all this. You draw the entire US flag. New Zealand ball like Imperial Germany's flag. Yeah, it's a cool flag. In our opinion, El Country Chileno is asking us, in our opinion, is Puerto Rico US territory or is it independent? I mean, it's not really up for debate. Puerto Rico is a US territory. Whether or not it should stay a territory, become a state, or become independent is a different question. You know, that's something that's left to the Puerto Rican people. They've, in 100 years, not come to a decisive conclusion one way or the other, whether they want to be independent or be a state or keep the status quo. So because they've not been able to sort of decide one way or the other, they've just sort of kept the status quo. I'd be cool with them doing whatever they wanted. You know, it's their decision, not mine. But if I were Puerto Rican and living in Puerto Rico, I would rather be a U.S. state than independent. It opens up a lot more federal funding for them. New Zealand ball thinks they should be independent. Use 33% opacity. Okay. Forget the mods to mute Mr. G. Nah, I mean, it's having fun in the chat. He's not spamming the chat, so it's fine. I don't know what he's saying though. Stick Poland jump scare. Yep. Okay. Last panel is just going to be the US. Let's go 10 point. Want to make them something like this. Just catch his eyes. So I'm going to stream again tomorrow night, maybe a little bit later, because I have to work out tomorrow after I get home from work. So I might start stream closer to 8 or 8:30 Eastern time, which would be about like right now, but tomorrow. So it's going to be a late stream, and it might not be a super long stream, but I do want to try and stream on as many days as I can when I don't have anything going on. Wednesday, I'm not going to be able to stream, unfortunately. Maybe I can convince someone else on the YouTube channel to stream on that day. I also want to bring in some of the other people on the channel onto these streams. You know, we just chat with them, and they can interact with chat as well. Something like this. This has to go behind. Yeah, we've got, I mean, just judging by the 6 or so streams I've done, it seems like we have a pretty international chat. Even though I've been streaming at roughly the same time in the evenings, Eastern Time, US. I would love to be able to stream at different times, but it really depends on, you know, my work schedule. So at least for my streams, because we lose a lot of Europeans when I start streaming, because it's near the end of the day for them. But I've noticed we have a lot of people from the Americas here. We've had a lot of Brazilians in the chat, a lot of Americans, some Canadians, a couple of Aussies living in the future. They can tell you what numbers to get on your lotto ticket. Something like that. Fill this in. Whoa. Clean that up. I actually don't like how this turned out. Gonna delete that and completely redo it. I'm gonna give it more of a, needs to look more ballular. Maybe even more than that. Okay, this is better. I like this. See Stick Poland at the bottom. What would we look like as a Polandball? You can see mine at the bottom right of the screen. That's a self-portrait. I have been to the moon. I'm not a huge fan of this song. But I'm determined to finish this comic, so I'm not going to waste time changing it. Line 2, behind this one, do the red. You make these stripes thicker. It's hard to get a sense of perspective when I'm only using part of the ball. You can only see part of the ball. Something like that. Clean that up.
There was once a day that
Merge
I would pray
these.
for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn,
this
what
could
a hell
be-
of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first
Do that.
time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place.
I don't like the song. Changing it. Alright, stars, quickly. Very quickly, stars. The song sucks too. Changing it. It's the same artist. I'm just gonna skip past this dude. Okay. Clean it up. And I can move the stars individually to get better, to align them better. I don't like this first star I did. I'm gonna redo it. It's too big. Supermassive star. Okay. Move this one down just a tad, like that. This one up. This one down a little bit. And then clean up the leg on this one. Okay, let's do the glasses. This is the fun part. I always look forward to drawing sunglasses. Let's make them green for now. Go to 10 point. It's a big fat eye. I really like how this is coming along. Clean this up a little bit here. This needs to come out a little bit. Pretty good. Clean. Oh, hold on. Some unruly pixels over there. Okay. Now I think 5 point for the nose bridge. Start in the middle. Country balls don't even have noses. Get the shading right. I like doing close-up panels for reactions. It's a sort of fun way so you don't have to draw the entire ball. It's just to mix things up. Line behind these glasses. That's good. Clean this up. Erase this that went outside of the lines. Okay, merge them. Use the wrong color, whoops. Something like that. I think the left lens is a little bit too big, but it's okay. It's not important. Make this 60 point font. Now it was better as one line. Let's make it 55 point font. You know what? No. All right. I think I'm gonna save Stick Poland. For posterity, we have to save Stick Poland. No, it was the cancer. There we go. Now we can get rid of Stick Poland on this. Actually, you know what? I'm missing a star over here. That's not working. Okay, and then sort of erase a little bit of it. I can fill it in when I merge the layers. Then I'm going to crop this. All right, I think this is the final product. So with chat's input, actually, hold on, I need to make the canvas a little bit bigger. 600. I need to add a top border. Now we have to crop again. Pixel perfect. No Stick Poland scares anymore since he's been removed to a different document. All right, this is the final comic. A bunch of African countries. I think this is pretty funny. What do you guys think? Stick Poland is saved. We'll keep him. He's in a different document. I have him. Oh, welcome back, Stupidity Stuff. I didn't see you at join the chat. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this this comic turned out. But unfortunately, I have to end the stream. I've got some other things I've got to do tonight. But I want to thank all of you for tuning in again. Hope to see you again tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit later stream. I'm going to start around maybe 8:30, 8 o'clock Eastern US time. I'm going to post this on the Polandball subreddit since it's an actual comic. And thank you, chat, for your input. I liked making an African comic. And I don't know, I think it's pretty funny, actually. So, if I could implore any of you to use Togo as a comedian in comics, please do it. Otherwise, that's it for me. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening.